If you are headed to New York City and want to use the subway, especially if you have a family with you, let me tell you everything you need to know and give you a couple tips along the way. Let's go.
Welcome to VO's Travel.
Where to go and what to see with kids.
When our family of 5 visited New York City, we got around with all different modes of transportation. We walked a lot, and it was really great. We also took a car to get from our hotel on the north side of Manhattan to the second hotel on the south side. We did a hop-on, hop-off bus tour around Manhattan, and each of those were really great. But the cheapest and most efficient way to get around New York City was definitely the subway, and we conquered it. So let me tell you how to navigate the subway of New York City with a family. Some things to keep in mind when looking for the subway stations. Some of them will be completely obvious, while some of them will be part of other buildings, but the way to tell that there is a subway station is by looking for these green and white globes. They will be on all subway stations. Something else you should pay attention to is to whether the train is going uptown or downtown. Uptown trains always go north towards Central Park, and downtown trains always go south towards the financial district. So make sure you're paying attention to that before getting on. Some subway stations will only go uptown, some will only go downtown, and some subway stations take you in both directions. Something else to pay attention to is the letters and numbers. However, the colors do not matter. Now, how to pay for your subway ride in New York City. The New York City subway uses the Omny system, and it is a touchless system as well. So as long as your debit card, credit card, or prepaid card has the contactless symbol, it will work right there at the terminal. No need to purchase a prepaid card at all whatsoever. Same goes with your phone. If you have tap to pay set up on your phone, you can just tap your phone right there at the kiosk as well. But if you don't have any of those ways to pay at all, or just want an actual physical card to keep as a souvenir like I did for my kids, you can purchase an Omny card, and let me show you how. But before I do that, this is what an Omny card looks like. It kind of looks and feels like a credit card. If you need an Omny card, there will be signs outside of your subway station that tell you that there is an Omny vending machine down there. And some stations do have attendants, but not all stations have one or the other. So if you need a card before your subway station and your subway station does not have one of the other, you might need to buy your card beforehand. This is what the vending machine looks like. It does cost $1 per card in addition to the amount of money that you put on your card. So when you go up to the vending machine, you will tap on buy a new Omny card, and then you will load money onto that card with either cash or a credit card. Like I said, each card costs $1. So if you want to put $12 on your card, you will be paying $13 for that card. And then you can use these vending machines also to check your balance or to reload money on that card if you need more in the future. The cost to ride the subway is $3 one way for each person. Something very important to know if you're traveling with more than 4 people is that each Omny card or each form of payment can only be tapped 4 times per ride. So if you have a family of 5, one payment type will need to be tapped 4 times, and you will need a second form of payment to tap for the 5th person. So for example, you have one card, tap it once for the first person to go through, twice for the second person, 3 times for the third person, and you can tap it a 4th time for the 4th person. But if you tap it a 5th time, it will not go, even if you have money on it. So you'll need a second card or second form of payment for that 5th person. Okay, now where do you get on the subway and where do you get off? I'm going to be using Apple Maps, but Google Maps is very similar. So just like any other directional thing that you would use maps for, you put in the location that you want to get to, and the normal maps will pop up. However, you need to push the button for transit, which is right there. And then if you scroll down a little bit, it will give you the steps. So here it tells me that it'll take 24 minutes to get to where I'm going. And then go ahead and tap steps. That will give you step-by-step instructions. So here we are starting at Penn Station, and it will tell you to board the downtown number 2 or number 3 train. And like I said before, that color, the red, does not matter. The number is what matters. It also tells you things like this, that it departs in 3 minutes. So that's really good information to have as well. And then it will give you information like where to exit or what stop to exit at and how many stops exactly you will be on that train. Here you will be exiting at Wall Street and you will be on it for exactly 5 stops. And it will also tell you the amount of time you will be on the train. Here, in this case, it's 14 minutes. So now zooming out and away from those steps and looking at the map portion, it will show you where you have boarded the train. It will show you where all of the stops are. And then it shows you the subway station that you exit at. And in this case, it is Wall Street. And then when you leave that subway station, it will give you step-by-step instructions on how to walk to your final destination. Once you have boarded your car, there will be announcements letting you know which station you're at. And there will also be this little sign overhead with lights that tell you where you're at. A couple other things to know while riding the subway is that you should not make eye contact with people that you don't know on the subway, and always stand behind that yellow line when waiting to board. Always let people off of the subway car before you get on. And obviously, it's always kind to give up your seat for the elderly or people that might not move as freely as you do. One last thing to know, that black and white board is called the zebra board, and if you stand in front of that and get on the train right where that board is, you will be in the same car as the conductor. Sometimes that makes some people feel a little safer than being in other cars. We did not experience any problems or safety issues at all while riding the subway in New York City, and I hope you don't either. If you know of any other New York City subway tips or tricks or things people should just know that I didn't cover, please feel free to let us know in the comments. And as always, I hope that you remember to choose joy and take all of the pictures.